man. How are you? Good.
Vice President Vance is in Switzerland joining negotiators from Iran and mediators from Pakistan and Qatar. Top of mind is putting an end to the fighting between Israel and Hezbollah, which Iran says has violated the first clause of the Memorandum of Understanding. Talks have reportedly paused, but Vance seemed optimistic earlier in the day, despite Tehran claiming they shut down the Strait of Hormuz on Saturday in response to Israeli attacks.
I actually feel great about where we are in Lebanon. There's still some additional wood to chop, but we're going to keep on working at it. The question before us now is how much more can we accomplish together? Can we turn over a new leaf? Can we change relations in the Middle East permanently?
It would help. It would help if the sound worked. Oh, thanks for confirming. That's where it's at. They keep going back and forth on this topic with they're closing it, it's opening, it's too much, you know? And the way it affects too many people's lives with, you know, the economic consequences and just the consequences on an individual level with rising costs and prices and just geopolitical tensions. I don't know why they use the world as their chess set, right? It's, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I feel it doesn't have to continue.
Now to a Tesla allegedly on autopilot crashing into a home near Houston. A 76-year-old woman was killed. Authorities say the car failed to make a right turn and was traveling at a high rate of speed. Here's ABC's Alex Brochet.
Tonight, questions swirling over this Tesla. The driver saying he was using autopilot moments before a deadly crash into a home.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. That was fucked up. That was like... I don't have... This is the closest thing and I feel horrible. Oh, hold on. What I was gonna use... What I found... I'm going to hell. I don't like Teslas. I don't have anything nice to say about this. Stop letting machines do all of the fucking work. Doing all the fucking jobs, even driving. You're asking for it.
Yesterday.
Rest in peace, though.
Today was a no good, very bad day for the state of Utah.
Officials and residents all holding their breath going to bed Saturday night, hoping the town of Eureka would still be there when they woke up Sunday morning.
There were no homes lost, which is pretty much a miracle after what we saw last night. I mean, there was a time where we wondered if we were going to lose the whole town.
The iron fire reaching over 21,000 acres, causing around 1,000 people in the town of Eureka to evacuate.
When they knew it was time to go, they went. The mayor, Robert Jenkins, was incredible. He knew where all the elderly people were in his town and went door to door, making sure that they were safe. It was a really scary situation last night.
However, the coast is still not clear for those living in the area to get back into their homes.
I'm going to encourage them to be patient. It's going to be a little while. While no homes were lost, the fire is still very active all around the town of the city of Eureka. So it's not going to be today.
Fire officials saying over 170 federal, state, and local emergency personnel were working on the fire, with more air resources being utilized on Sunday. But they're asking those in the area to not interfere with their progress.
I got two for you for that one. Bruh. Why is it still in the history of people, humanity, why do we still not have like a proper fire repellent available? Why haven't we created something or designed something that makes fields or dry spaces fire retardant? And I mean, there probably are solutions, there probably are inventions, which I know there are, just for the, you know, the preservation of things not going up in smoke. But my question, what I mean is, the government knows this happens, every state knows this happens, you know, every country knows this happens. Why isn't there a solution in terms of not having to go through water, which is a scarce resource as it is, or I know they've used sand in the past. I don't know. I'm not a fireman. I've never had a fucking education in wildlife preservation, much less fire safety. But what I'm saying is, this costs so much money, and I don't understand how it's one of those things, right? Couldn't it have been fixed by now? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not.
Big news out of tennis today. Serena Williams is making her return to singles competition at Wimbledon as a wild card. The 23-time Grand Slam champion and 7-time winner at the All England Club was already slated to compete in doubles with her older sister Venus. Serena, who turns 45 years old later this year, stepped away from the sport after the 2022 U.S. Open. She has one Grand Slam title behind Margaret Court's record of 24. Round 1 at Wimbledon begins on June 29th.
Mission complete.
That's not what I was expecting for her. I thought that was like a, well, it was kind of triumphant, but I don't have anything sporty to share. But the point is, that's great for her. I mean, I believe she's a mom now. She's, she's been out of the game for a minute, but she keeps practicing. So I think she's gonna crush it. I'm not a tennis guy. I don't know anything beyond the rackets and the ball and the net in the middle, right? I don't know how it works, but I know it's a bitch to fucking do, running back and forth all over the place. I don't have a goddamn fucking sound. I'm sorry.
This president has led this nation into a disaster. We have surrendered our power. We have capitulated to the enemy, and they now are mocking us. Look at everything that's coming out of that country, from their internal dialogue all the way to what they're saying publicly. They know that they've won this, and they know Donald Trump is perhaps on the world stage right now the biggest loser with egg on his face. We need to curtail this chaotic, corrupt, and cruel president. We need to have checks and balances on his power. I'm really sorry that congressional Republicans, from the start of this war, has allowed him to do everything he wanted to do, and now they're crying foul because they don't like the results. Shame on Congress. It's time we get a Congress that will stand up to this president.
He does need to leave. He's fucked up everything since the first time he was in the White House. And now it's gotten to the point where I don't feel it's reversible. We're going to have to just get through whatever the fucking mess is that he has made for the world. And, I don't know, I feel people need to always be able to stand up to injustice or damn near dictators, right, at this point. But I don't know if people ever will, unless it's something drastic, something massive on a world scale. But anyways, he needs to go yesterday. And he needs to be in prison or, fuck it, it's my show, or executed for his crimes against humanity and against, we can go deep into the Epstein files alone. So, free speech, motherfuckers. First Amendment of the glorious United States. You're welcome.
The fifth installment in Pixar's Toy Story series opened with $160 million in domestic ticket sales and $312 million globally in its opening weekend. The estimates on Sunday make it the biggest debut of the year and a franchise record.
Where is it? Perfect time to use the damn sound, and now I can't find it? That's my fault. I need to organize this. There it is. Disney is rolling in the fucking money. They always will with Toy Story, at least. Until they make a controversial one where Woody becomes a Barbie doll or something, Something crazy like that.
There is an official cause of death for Marilyn Monroe, probable suicide. We have created an AI version of that crime scene in extraordinary detail. I will tell you that they blow this official cause of death, probable suicide, to smithereens. This was a cover-up. And there is absolutely no doubt when you watch this, that is not the way Marilyn Monroe died. There's even evidence she didn't die at her house, that she was taken away alive. Wow. And that she died somewhere else, and she was brought back to her house, and they staged the crime scene. No doubt they staged this crime scene. And you have to then look at the fact that at the time of her death, she had been having affairs with both President Kennedy and his brother, Attorney General Robert Kennedy, at the same time. And when they dumped her, she threatened to expose national secrets, and it freaked out the FBI director, who wanted her shut up.
They put her down. The mob or the feds. Interesting. TMZ is actually reporting something of use to the public. Whose side are you guys on? Fun fact, TMZ stands for 30-mile radius. Stick around for more. The crazy part with TMZ is they're reporting this, and if it's a fact, which it seems to be, thanks to AI, right? Or did they mention AI? I'm sorry, I'm tripping. I got lost in the sauce there. But the thing is, nonetheless, if this is true, then the government killed an actress, a socialite, the Kennedys' side chick. That's insane in its own right. But I'm sure there was a lot at play there. Like, I don't want to throw, people under the bus, but I'm sure it's not exactly, secret. The mob was involved with the Kennedys. It's just insane to think about, the lengths that our government would go to, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at here. Apparently to not spill secrets. How bad could those secrets have been? Should they have been spilled? Only time will tell. Fun fact, I do have a ghost video of Marilyn Monroe. I may have to share it sometime. Maybe. Has nothing to do with this show, so I probably won't.
Our News Shopper 4 was flying over the warehouse earlier this evening as crews were using heavy machinery to tear down the walls of this massive building. At one point, authorities believed the fire was contained to the roof. Tonight, we learned clearly that is not the case. Also new tonight, just hours ago, Governor Newsom declaring a state of emergency in this fire. The governor says 5.5 million N95 masks, commercial air-grade purifiers, and bottled water and other emergency supplies are now headed to Los Angeles.
Gavin Newsom has been running this fucking state, California. Hi, we're from California. This show is based in California. Gavin Newsom, you fucking suck at your job. At the end of the day, this state is nothing where it needs to be or where it should be. And you're the only one to blame. You're the one running the show. So, who knows, Maybe we go viral. This shit gets big and then we can make some real fucking noise.
McDonald's announced yesterday that they are bringing back those beloved fried apple pies. They were first introduced in 1968, later replaced with a baked version in the 90s. The nostalgic dessert will return for a limited time, starting on June 23rd. The revival is in honor of America's 250th birthday. And the celebration, guys, will also include a 35-foot apple pie along iconic Route 66.
That's fun.
Wow. It is
I wonder
fun.
if it'll be edible.
You probably remember when these came out.
Absolutely.
I only know the baked version. I've never had
these were great.
it.
And it was like lava inside, so it was great. Burning the roof of your mouth. Oh, they're the best.
Oh, they're really crunchy and delicious.
It's like the Kansas State Fair right there.
I'm not going to act like I don't eat. Clearly, I eat. But recently, I don't know if it's the age, the health in terms of getting older. I don't think we should have ever been eating fast food, McDonald's especially, you know. It's like that was called radiation. I thought it would be. Anyways, that's what I feel McDonald's food is, radiation. I'm guilty of eating it a lot. I'm sure I've ate it this year. I wish I had it. In recent history, I really wish I had it. And I wish we wouldn't. All of us. I'm not gonna order that fucking pie. I think I had that pie.
For generations, children all across the world have suffered through their dad's terrible one-liners, my kids included. But now, scientists suggest those cringeworthy dad jokes may help strengthen father-child bonds. And by the way, thank you, science, for discovering that humor is helpful and brings joy. Great job, researchers. My favorite dad joke is actually one my son told to me. I want to know what yours are, but what do you call a fly with no wings?
What?
A walk.
Okay, very good. That's terrible.
That's super terrible. I have one. It annoys my child all the time. Knock, knock. Who's there? Who? Who? What are you, an owl? I just helped you live longer. Appreciate me. I don't have any... Enough. I'm a cool dad.
Sesame Street's Elmo has been forced to set the record straight. He recently ruffled some feathers, posting he hoped both teams in the NBA Finals had fun. Some real-life New Yorkers took issue with Elmo refusing to take the side of his hometown team, forcing him to pick a side of the World Cup.
Just to be clear, Elmo wants Team USA to win, okay? But Elmo loves everybody.
It's a little fucking traitor. That's the end of the show, guys. Thank you.